Fun and have fun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the fastest hour on the airwaves today. It is the Cat's Corner podcast with your host, the three-time world karate champion. He's also a WWE, WW, WCW, and every other W, and fourth rope. And I'm just telling you, he is Ernest the Cat Miller. I am your co-host, Ray W. Don't mean to trouble you, Keziah. Today, we are talking about things goings on in the world of wrestling, people going back and forth between the brands. And before we get going, let's talk to our people from Recite that makes this thing possible.
Before foundations, before frameworks, there's work you don't see. You won't find us in the spotlight, you'll find us in the soil. We don't just move dirt, we shape outcomes. Every grade exact, every line clean, every challenge answered. Because stability isn't built by machines, it's built by people who show up, rain or shine, and figure it out. When pressure's on, when the clock's running, you don't just need dirt moved, you need people you can count on. Recite, built on trust, ready for what's next.
You ready for what's next, Cat? Recite sure is. Thank you, Recite, for all you do for the Cat's Corner podcast.
Listen, we're gonna thank everybody now, man. We got a lot of subscribers. We got people signing up. You know, if you like us, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and bro,
share it. You got to share it.
And comment. Let us know if it's somebody you would love to have on the Cat's Corner. We might even pick one of you guys to come on sometime. I mean, we got a few guys to come on who are really fans. So, you know, there's nothing new.
We have reoccurring guests that love us and love the show and like to contribute. And we like having them on from time to time. It kills some time. It gives a fan's perspective to what's going on in the world of wrestling.
You are a fan. You're super.
Oh, I'm a fan fanatic. What are you talking about? I'm the fans fan. I think I'm the voice of the fans.
Well, the big bully business Dave said he know a little bit more than what you know.
Well, I mean, you know, and where's he?
That's what he said. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a guest. We can't, you know.
Well, I mean, he might think he knows a little bit more than me, but I'm 55 years old. You know, I started watching when I was like 4 years old, so I got 50 years in the game.
You was not watching pro wrestling when you were 4 years old.
Do you tell that to Grace Nelms on Nick's Road in Norwood, North Carolina?
At 4 years, at 4 years old,
at 4 years old, watching Wahoo McDaniel and Baron Von Raschke and Paul Jones and Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood and the Anderson brothers. And
we could not watch
Ernie the Cat Lad.
We could not watch wrestling until we was a little older. See, you was a little
stumbled on it. I stumbled on it, flipping through the channels.
Well, like, today, Big Ray, we gonna test your knowledge. Well, we're gonna test your knowledge of what's going on today in the world of wrestling. I talked to like last week was a great one. Talking to Bill DeMott.
Oh my
Bill
God.
DeMott, he understands exactly what's going on. He's in that hot spot right now for the young wrestlers who are carrying the torch right now. You know, so
he had such a unique story that broke my heart, and I, you know, really did not know that about his daughter. And
his daughter, what about his daughter?
That she was tragically killed by a drunk driver with a prior history of drinking and driving. And Bill's mission now is to be a voice for those parents that have lost their children to the justice system, basically just not doing their job and not putting these people away. And this could have been avoided had they just followed the letter of the law and put this person behind bars the first time they got caught doing what they were doing. But man, it was a great interview. He was the first victim of the 173-0 with Goldberg, which was awesome to hear the other side of that story. A lot of people have never heard that side. They've heard Goldberg's side of, starting that streak, but it had to start with somebody, and it started with him. And he is a great human being. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's been said about him by these quiet quitters that can't take a few extra push-ups,
Ray,
trying to say something bad about my man, that's foul.
Ray, some people like him, some people don't. But guess what? Some people like me, some people don't. Some people like you, some people don't.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah, but I mean, what did that mean? You are
Nothing
who you are. Me. So I'm glad he was here. We got to talk to him, and for me, he's a good person. I enjoyed talking to him. I very, very much so enjoyed working with him when I was with him.
And you can tell he has a genuine affection for you and a genuine respect for you, not only as a former pro wrestler, but as a human being, to know that you're a legit man.
Who are you talking about?
I'm saying that Bill DeMott, you can tell when he speaks to you that he has a reverence for you, that that he respects you as a man, not just as a ex-pro wrestler or whatever. He knows you a real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
he knows what I've been knowing for 20 plus years.
Listen, we got to get Goldberg.
Ernest the Cat Miller.
We got to get Goldberg back on here too, because Goldberg and I, we talked yesterday on the phone, and we talked about some stuff that was going on his last match around the locker room and the backstage and doing the walkthrough. It was a lot of stuff that we saw, but we didn't bring it up. But as we started to talk about it, it's like, okay, we saw the same things. So I got to get Goldberg back on to talk about that.
Some head scratching moments backstage is what you're saying that.
It might have not been the head, could have been the ass, but some scratching was going on.
Some ass scratching.
Yeah, somebody was like, they were working, they were detail working. Well, they were working for him or against him. I don't know. But this is why I want to start the conversation about what's going on today in wrestling. We can always have a guest on here.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I just like to talk about it. I just like to talk pro wrestling. Today is two guys right now talking pro wrestler. I'm pro wrestling.
Right.
I'm a pro wrestler, ex-pro wrestler, but they always said once you in, you're never out.
Never get out.
Big Ray been a promoter. He been a fan of the thing, and he know a lot. He know a lot more than I thought the average fan would know. So what we want to do now, just talk about it. I want to talk about something that you guys kept trying to correct me, you and Cody. Mm-hmm. You and Cody, the title of it is something like, what's the title you were looking for?
Well, you want what I thought you meant or what you said? What you
said go what I said.
What you said was WWE signing a released AEW wrestler. And I said it was exactly opposite to me.
Yeah,
but you must know something I don't.
Well, ding dong. Don't you know I have a lot of friends in the business.
Correct.
And I hear some things sometimes that is not all correct yet, but it's working in that direction from somebody who know better, who know the truth. So they're not just running off at the big mouth.
They're not guessing.
These are people, when they start talking, usually things start happening. And so what I said is WWE signing a AEW release wrestler. And this is what I heard. I've been hearing all over the thing. I've heard it from him. I talked to him. He didn't say right away he's leaving. But, I talked to Chris Jericho. Can you imagine what it would be like if Chris showed up in WWE? Because we all know sooner or later you got to retire. Sooner or later, you got to get out the ring.
I've been hearing the same thing you have.
Hold up, but wait a minute, then. So why was it so disturbing when I put the title WWE signing AEW release wrestler?
Because first of all, he's not released yet. His contract.
Did I say when?
December.
Did I say signing? Did I say signed?
Signing released AEW wrestler. Tells me he's been released. I'm just doing my phonetic justice breaking the sentence down.
Bro, it's all, you don't need to break it down. It's all a process.
Break it down.
Let me tell you about release wrestlers when you get released from your contract.
Okay.
They put your contract in front of you. If they're going to release you, they tell you 90 days to 3 months. You already know you're going to get released. Don't nobody else know. You already know you're going to get released. You can go home and sit down. Hold up, Ray, shut your mouth. You can go home.
To jump in there. Go ahead.
You can go home and sit down for 3 months and wait till those 3 months up. And then they could say, hey, or you can say, listen, how about if you just release me from my contract right now? I don't have to sit home for 90 days. I can go right now and sign with whoever I want to. So it's not always like you think it is, Ray. A release wrestler, sometimes you got to be released from that contract early. You don't want to. It depends on if it got
negotiation process.
So that's what. So that is what I'm saying. Chris Jericho.
I've heard the same thing you have, that they've.
No, you haven't.
Behind the scenes, that WWE is patiently waiting for him to come back and do a retirement tour and Hall of Fame in the same year. And him saying sayonara.
Ray, I haven't heard all that now, because they don't know.
Well, that's what I heard.
No, whoever told you that, they don't know a damn thing, because
so
they can't release that.
Happen then? What's going to happen?
Wait a minute. Why you going to talk over me?
When the Royal Rumble and you hear that, break the walls down, and he comes back and walks down the aisle like you did and got that big ass pop at the Royal Rumble. You know that's when it's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. They're going to try to surprise us.
Listen, Ray, let's not put that news out there. That's hearsay. We don't know if that's going to work out that way. And I don't know who, I don't know, well, if I don't know the information coming from you or coming from some Joe Blow sitting on the corner, but you can't just come out and say, this is what's going to happen on the Cat's Corner podcast, because if it don't happen, that make us look bad. That make it look like the 50%
of it. The 50% of it will look bad. But here's my question my question to you is, all right, we know something's up because of the guest list on the Jericho Cruise has, at this particular moment in time, 0 AEW current stars that are under contract with AEW being on the boat. Something is up between AEW and Chris Jericho. He's not been on TV in a while. There's too much rumblings about the WWE, and I've heard that they've offered him the sweetheart deal to come back to do the tour and the Hall of Fame.
I haven't heard that. That didn't come from my mouth. And with the money, I think he's getting paid from AEW. He might stay there longer. You never know. Well, you can doubt, but the man getting paid money. He getting paid more than
storylines.
Ain't no story. Listen, bro, the story, he can go to WWE after it's over. But if you can get the money that he probably negotiating right now, why would you leave? This ain't play no more. These not guys. These are not guys who just want to get a last match. That mean more to them than the financial.
Well, can I say
support.
This? Can
These
I
guys,
say
hold
this?
Up. No,
and get your opinion on this.
Can I finish with what I'm saying, though, Big Ray?
Yeah, but I wanted to piggyback off what you're saying with this and get you thinking about this as well.
Wait till I finish. I wait for you. I wait for you, Big Ray.
No, the hell you don't. You jump on me like a cat. Go ahead.
Okay. if I'm making $5 million a year, right? And then I'm coming to the end of my contract. Now I might go to WWE. They're not gonna pay me $5 million. Hypothetically, they're not gonna pay me $5 million. Right? But I'm making $5 million. Maybe I can get another 2 years out of my negotiation with this company right there. So if I can get a 3-year, $5 million a year, that's $15 million. I can wait to go over that later if that's where I'm going. So why jump out of contract and nobody have heard anything? You haven't heard nothing from Chris Jericho. You haven't heard nothing from. You haven't heard anything from AEW. Speculation. It's just people like you, fans, who just want to open their mouth and think they know so much. You telling me you hearing
his name on WWE programming?
I haven't heard that. That's something you heard, Ray? You heard that with your own ears.
Absolutely. When John Cena has been doing these throwback moves in the ring of all of his opponents that he's wrestled over the years, from the spear of Edge that they said and the walls of Jericho and stuff like that. So they
wait a minute. Where's Edge? Where's Edge?
I'm just saying Edge is also in AEW.
Where's Edge?
He's in AEW currently, but
he's on a
hiatus right now.
So is Edge trying to get back to WWE too?
I think so. I think because the roster to be John Cena's final opponent.
Ray, the roster is not that big. It's not enough room for everybody.
But those are what they call special attraction people that they only use about 4 or 5 times a year.
They was special when Vince McMahon ran the show. Right now, they got the meet expectation of ESPN, TKO, Netflix,
Endeavor, all of it. Yeah. So here's my question. I know you probably hadn't heard this, but there's been some rumblings that maybe the purse strings are getting a little tighter over at AEW, and there ain't that damn fuck you money over there like there has been. So they might not be getting that $5 million a year.
Listen, bro. They're billionaires over there. They can pay whatever they want to. Do you know I heard Tony Khan's father just bought a $350 million yacht? $350 million yacht. Yeah, one of the guys asked me, said, "Hey, Cat, let's go out on a yacht. I said, "No, I'm going to the football game," because I was invited to enjoy time with them at one of their football games. So go on a yacht and do what? Who's on a yacht? Nobody. Just let's go and look around. Well, it's a $350 million yacht. Bro, listen, they got the money to pay whoever they want to. They got that kind of money.
That's what I'm saying. But
he's worth it. Jeff, listen, he's worth it. Chris Jericho is worth it because Chris Jericho. Hold on, wait a minute.
Been in a storyline in a year on that show. That's made.
How do you know? How do you know he haven't been involved with the business?
He could be backstage writing for all I know.
Okay, that's so. So why you keep
the show?
Why you keep saying that? There, he could be doing the show. Listen, how do we know Vince McMahon is not working backstage working?
Publicly traded company for one. Secondly, they distanced themselves from him because of his shenanigans.
Do you know Chris Jericho helped build this company?
He helped build both of them, to be honest with you.
Listen, no, he did not. No, he had nothing to do with WWE.
Dude, he had a great run with WWE.
Man, he had a great
run.
Jericho did not build it was already a WWF.
Help.
He didn't help. Jericho did his job. Now let's not get all. Let's not go. You go
everything they ever gave him.
You go too far, then you don't go far enough. You can't say this man helped build WWE. What the hell? What about The Rock? What about Stone Cold?
He helped. Every one of them did their job to help build it.
I guess in that thing I helped too then, because I spent 3-4 years there. I'm doing what I'm doing.
The young god, Jericho, 100% going WWE. There's one of our fans with a shout out right now. I hear you, E. That's me.
You tell you tell Eric the young God, he can be wrong too. Now, if he want to come on, if he want to come on and debate the cat about this, he can do that. But right now, I'm telling you, nobody know. Money talk, baby. Bull, you know what, walk.
It does that.
The only way that guy,
and I'm 100% with you. But wouldn't you like to see him come back to the WWE?
No,
wouldn't that be great for him to come home?
No, he ain't home. One of my friends, that's my friend. I want to see him make as much money. I want to see him make as much money as possible.
I want to see him protect his legacy in this business because
I want to see him take down your legacy. Listen, your legacy is out the door. As soon as you leave for a couple of months, people forget you. They forget you.
He said, Eric, the young God, laughing my ass off. Ernest knows me. Tell him I'm the one who just interviewed him.
Eric, I know who you are. I'll still get into your ass too, though.
Oh, shit. I know who you are, and I know who you ain't.
Yeah, I know who you are, and I know what I would still do, Eric.
I'll still break my foot off in your ass.
What's up, Eric? I hope you're doing good, my man. Looking forward to interviewing you on here, on the Cat's Corner.
Yeah, we got to figure out what the young God is up to. What is he doing?
Get at me. But anyway, so
Google me.
So listen, Jericho, man, Jericho is a talented guy. He's smart.
Absolutely.
He's business smart. When I said business smart, he's not playing around. He's not out there trying to pound his chest and get another standing ovation at WWE or AEW. This is a career move for him. Man, this dude helps. Listen, you can't put enough emphasis on how much he poured in to AEW to get it started. I mean, listen,
he was their cornerstone. Without him, they weren't legit. I understand all that backstory, and I get it. That's what making him come back to the WWE is so intriguing to a fan like me, knowing that he was a cornerstone.
Whoa, baby. Say that again. It's so what?
Intriguing.
To who?
To a fan like me who knows he was a cornerstone in building competition against the WWE, leaving like he did, starting that company without Chris Jericho. AEW does not get off the ground like it did, in my opinion.
I'm on thumb down with that because I don't know that because they did have Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was doing some job too, and they had a couple other guys too, Ray.
You can't just put all that on Chris Jericho. Instant credibility with a fan base across the world. Most of those people did, including myself, did not know who Kenny Omega really was. Because I didn't watch Japanese wrestling.
Oh, listen. Stevie Ray, that's Stevie Ray's favorite fighter, wrestler.
I know, he's awesome.
Stevie Ray loved that dude. Even when he got there, Stevie Ray said that was.
But he was one of the producers. He's one of the executive producers of the show. The Young Bucks heard of them. I knew they were indie greats, but they never were signed by the big boys. They never had a big boy contract.
But look at them now. Look, hey, but wait a minute. Look at them now.
Yeah, because
they're still around.
Yeah,
they're still
because
around.
AEW 6 years. I get it. 6 years.
Okay, now listen. Be that as it may, Chris Jericho, I hope he make the right decision. I pray for him that he make the right decision and get the deal that he want to. Because if Chris Jericho being as smart as he is, if he get the deal that he want, it's going to be a great deal for him because he ain't going to settle for anything as the guy's smart. But let me ask you something. But let me tell you something. It's somebody else out there, though. Now, let's flip that around. WWE wrestler signed with AEW. Who do you think the best prospect out there right now?
If I was Tony and I was going after somebody right now, I'd go after Goldberg.
Man, shut up, man. You just kiss ass. Goldberg is almost 60 years old.
I don't care. I'd still get him and give him
Goldberg is almost
6 months
60
or a year
years
run.
old.
I'd give him 6 months for a year run and give him that final match that he deserves.
What you going? Oh, you doing that for Goldberg because you're a fan. I would not listen. If Goldberg was my guy, Goldberg had to come in and he had to show me and show us how to make the locker room solid, how to develop guys. He got more than just wrestling under him. I'm not going to have somebody come in and just kill my whole team. See, that's what's wrong with MVP and those guys. Those guys are so, who can beat those guys visually? When you look at them, who in the locker room at AEW look like they can beat those guys?
Well, they're obviously getting away from that style booking because they allowed them to drop the belts to another team, Brody King and Bandito.
Yeah, but look, those are guys they just put together. But
I know,
anyway,
not even a real tag team like. But
wrestling is something you view, something you see, you watch it, you want to believe it too, though. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you somebody else, the WWE guy that can actually do something good. Goldberg is a good one. I hope to see Goldberg soon, someday, real soon, wrestling again in the ring, pounding people. But right now, what about Karrion Kross?
I mean, it's a no-brainer, but I still think he's working us with the W. I don't think the WWE. I think I honestly think it's a work. I hope I'm right too, because I want to be worked.
You actually, I don't think so.
I mean, to be
for
worked.
What? Why would you trick people by saying you release somebody? Right? You release
because it gets the sympathy behind that particular character, allows him to go back to his original character, which is Killer Kross, which to me is better than Karrion Kross.
Right. When I got released from my contract, or when you get released from a contract, if you're a wrestler under contract with WWE, when they release you from the contract, they don't release you just to go home and pout and sit around. They release you to come back. Go make that character work, and we'll pick you back up. That's what they told me.
Everywhere he's ever been.
Wait a minute. Ernest to Cat Miller, when they said, this is what we want you to do. You got good TV views. You got this. Go out and travel the world, and we'll pick you back up. That's how the business works. You go develop your character, then they'll pick you back up. So you're making money, you wrestle in Japan, Mexico, and you learning these different styles. They'll pick you back up.
You couldn't win anywhere, bro.
So when somebody fire you or somebody release your contract, it don't mean that you done. It's a done deal for you. Why do you think they have to make this a storyline when it's reality? It's what happened.
Good with that show they've got, that shows the reality of wrestling behind the scenes.
Bro, stay on the subject.
What I'm saying is, with that, I think they're building content for that fucking show. That's all I'm saying.
Stop your cursing. You all over the place, Big Ray.
I'm just saying, as a man that's trying to figure out the game of chess, that they're moving on us, these pieces. Why wouldn't you do that?
Karrion Kross, why they gonna spend all that time trying to build him outside of the business?
Listen,
young, bro, they got TNA.
He's physical. He's got a good gimmick.
They all physical and young. You like him. He
grew on me. He was like any other big, muscle, meat-headed looking guy until I really started. It's still I listened.
He's not a muscle.
So he's in great shape, is what I'm saying.
Let me correct
he's always
you.
in the gym, but when I got his backstory and knows that he can do all these voices and stuff, and he's got a really good personality, I'm like, this dude could carry the strap. He could be the face of a federation. I mean, he could be. He could be the face of AEW or WWE.
Hey, you're a finance guy. Why don't you start your own federation and get him to be your champion?
He'd be a good one.
You believe in him. Spend some of your money on him.
I believe in Scarlett, too, not just because she's drop dead gorgeous. I just think that whole thing was butt monkey flip. I want to cuss like a mother.
Hold on.
They had it in NXT. They had it over spades, and then they take him to the WWE and try to turn him into some Roman gladiator.
let me tell you about this guy. I never really watched him work. I did not know who he was when I saw him. About 2 years ago, I went to I think it was WrestleMania in Los Angeles. And when I walked in, I was with two guys who were big fans, and we were sitting at the hotel where everybody was staying. And he walked across, and the guy said, "That's Karrion Kross." So they said, "He's doing really good in the business." I knew nothing about him. So he said, "You think you can stop in and take a pass?" I said, "I don't know him, but let me stop and see." So when he saw me, the first thing he did, put his arm around me. Cat, man. He said, "Bro, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you." He said, "Cat, you probably don't remember this, but my mom and my family and I came to a WCW show, and we couldn't get in. So they set up a TV camera outside for the fans, some of the fans that couldn't get in." He said, "I looked out there and saw him and his parents. I came and sat with them to watch a wrestling match. Then I got up and left." He said that was the coolest thing you've ever had in wrestling.
Oh, wow.
And now when he see me, he just all smile and giggle. So I want this guy to do great. But if he waiting around building his career, moving it forward, holding it back until he get back on WWE, he trying to build his story around the business, good luck. I want him to be that. But the biggest name, now let's stop this. But the biggest name right now that getting released, you probably think he gonna show up too in AEW. You probably think that who would be the biggest name that really would pop to show up, WWE wrestler, that nearing the end of his contract, that could show up on AEW and pop the crowd bigger than anybody's name. We just from Jericho, Goldberg to Karrion Kross.
Brock Lesnar.
You a dumbass.
I'm just telling you.
How can Brock? Why you bring Brock's name up? He's not. You know good and doggone well Brock is not leaving WWE.
I thought we were speculating. If you want real,
no, ain't no. See, you
real,
hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. You speculate. I tell you the news. When I tell you something, it's because I've heard it from the inside. When I come on the podcast, I'm telling you what I've heard from somebody in the back that know these people. Now you said AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a great name, but AJ Styles been to TNA. He's been around a lot of places. So I mean, he might be good. He'll pop your crowd.
Well, throw me one.
Somebody at the end of the contract. They can show up a little.
That you think could be the next AEW?
I didn't say he could be the next AEW star, but I'm just saying, if I'm a billionaire and I can go get somebody, I want to get. If I can't get Goldberg, how about John Cena?
I thought you wanted something that was real. John Cena is done. He ain't doing this no more. He's done. He's Hollywood.
Have you talked to him?
No.
Don't you know pro wrestling? He
talked to me. He talked to 10 million other people.
Hey, listen. Don't you know you write the stories? You don't make the story. The story don't have to be told in the ring. The story can be, think about this. The story can be something written where John Cena come in and can talk his way, never get in the ring. I've seen it before. The cat did it.
He would never do that. It would tarnish his legacy forever in the only company he's ever
this is fake.
For.
This is fake wrestling.
It might be fake, but it means something to them.
Listen, wrestling is just as fake as that mullet you got on your head.
Woo! One thing I do want to talk about, since we're talking about flipping back and forth, what are you thinking about with Ric Flair's ex-son-in-law?
Bro, I don't know that dude. That dude don't have nothing to do with it. I hear things going on
He's made history. He's made history.
We don't know if it's medical. We don't know what's going. It's just something going on, man.
He broke. He didn't wait his 90 days.
Whatever. That don't mean anything.
But that's
you
big.
Really,
that's big,
bro. No, it ain't, Ray.
Well, think about it.
Ray, you don't have to wait till 90 days. You can still get out of your contract. If you're under
contract, you're supposed to. Why did WWE send a cease and desist? And he ain't been on TV since.
Let me tell you this about your contract. I had a contract with 90 days in there. And guess what? You don't have to sit and wait till 90 days. You can call them, and that's why you don't know. You just hear stuff. You don't know if it's really what you're hearing. A 90-day contract, you can call them and say, listen, can I get out of my 90-day contract? Can I get out of my 90 days? I'll pay you this amount. And guess what they'll say? Sometimes they'll say, yes, we'll let you out your contract. It's just 90 days.
If you've negotiated it. Obviously, there was no negotiation prior to, because get this, he's the only wrestler in the history of the country or the world that's gone from the WWE to the AEW, back from AEW to WWE, and then from WWE back to AEW. And when he got there and they ripped the mask off of him and everybody popped, the lights off, lights on, take the mask off, and they said, oh my God, it's Andrade. First time and only time. He broke something because they sent a cease and desist, and he ain't been on TV since. And
we gonna talk about that, but I think what I heard, he wasn't communicating with them. That's what I heard. He didn't communicate.
There's a language barrier?
No, a language. No, bitch. He get lawyers talk. You don't have to talk. Lawyers negotiate those deals.
Well, he didn't negotiate. Obviously, his attorney did not get back.
Probably. He didn't negotiate, Ray. Ray, you froze. I like this. But, Ray, he didn't negotiate anything because what I heard, they couldn't even find him the last couple of shows, a couple of weeks, when he was still working at WWE. He wasn't communicating. Now, I don't know if it's true, so I'm not going to even talk. It's all speculation for me.
He wrestled on almost every PLE they had. He was the top of the mid card. He was one of their top stars. He wrestled for a championship. He was in like a 3-way deal with somebody else, LA Knight and somebody else, to try to either get the U.S. championship or one of them, or the Intercontinental belt.
So why did he
on that plateau?
So why did he leave then if he was so high?
I don't know. I think it was
I heard. I'm telling you, he wasn't communicating. He stopped. He wasn't communicating with the office and stuff like that. But I don't know. So let's get off of him. But let's go back to John Cena. Do you think John Cena can pop the crowd if he showed up?
He would pop any crowd, especially if he went to a rival company like AEW. But that's a pipe dream. That's never going to happen. Not in the history. I would stake my reputation as a red-blooded American on it. It's not going to happen.
You're not red-blooded American. You're not that.
I thought we were going to talk about your man Sami Zayn for a hot minute.
We're not through yet. Why are you jumping all over the place?
I'm not.
I mean, we got a format to go, man. I want to talk about. I'll tell you what. If we want to talk about this, let's do this. We're gonna see I want to see right now. What's up, shirtless Shane? What's up, shirtless Shane?
David.
Shane, shirtless Shane, you're a huge AEW fan. Probably the biggest one I've known. And you know the ins and out. You know everything that's going on. Let me ask you something, Shane. Yeah. And by the way, Shane, you got the biggest chin I ever seen on a man. Your chin look like an elbow.
No, it's not.
Your chin look like a motherfucking elbow, boy.
It's probably because I didn't like this, but it ain't. It's not.
All right. My fault. But let's stay on topic.
Chin like an elbow. Go ahead.
So,
who do you think? Jay Leno.
Who do you think will pop the crowd? John Cena, Goldberg, or Karrion Kross?
Somebody that's.
I'm gonna tell you who going. I'm from the three. Who gonna show up?
Out of the three who will show up, I would say Kross, but I would say that the one that would pop the crowd the most would be Cena. I mean, I think Cross, there's a good chance that he would show up in AEW, but I don't think the other. I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of rumors. I mean, people think that Goldberg could show up there for one more match because supposedly, and you would know this the best, that he was upset with his, the way that they did his final match at WWE, and that if Khan offered him a lot of money, but I don't know. The one to me that would be the safest pick out of the three to ever come into AEW would be Cross.
I agree. And I think it'd make an instant impact.
The Cena thing comes from Vince Russo, because Russo went on on his show and he was saying like that,
Whoa, no, don't. We ain't talking about Vince Russo's show on my show. Vince Russo had.
It's our show, pal. We'll talk about
Vince Russo, one of my good friends. He's been on this show before. I'm gonna get him back on.
He's a friend of the show.
You just stay on this show. You talk about what you want to talk about. No, don't talk about somebody else. You hear me?
All right. Yes, sir.
All right. Next time you come on the show, I'm gonna require you have a shirt on. You understand what I'm saying?
Now we're
go
ahead.
ahead.
Shirt.
I'll put the shirt on.
No, you don't have to.
I like shirtless shave.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Well, whoa. What do you have on your hat?
That's the black and silver version. Again. Yeah, I got about 10 different ones.
He's dark MAGA.
Yeah, this is the dark MAGA. Yeah. Shout out President Trump. What up?
Let me tell you something. Don't you ever do that on this show again. You hear me?
All right.
Don't you ever go and shout out Donald Trump on this show.
All right.
You love Trump. You voted for him, Cat. Hush.
Yep.
So anyway, so you don't think John Cena? You think there's a chance John Cena can show up? How about Chris Jericho? Tell me what the news. Have you heard anything about the Chris Jericho thing?
Well, just what everybody else is thinking, or the reports that are out there that he could go back to WWE. I mean, look, I like Chris. He's always treated me good, and I like him. He's a good performer. He always kind of changes the character around a little bit. Like every few months, it seems like he, his image looks a little bit different, and he's going into a different type of a gimmick or whatever. But at the same time, I will say this is that you were saying, I'm sorry, that Goldberg is almost 60 years old. Well, Jericho's 54, and that's not to say anything bad about being 54, but I'm just saying I don't see the big thing if he did jump or if he stays, whatever he does. I don't see it being anything major, because look, if he stays in AEW, and he does do a lot of backstage stuff in AEW, he's in Tony Khan's ear a lot. He in terms of storylines, writing up matches and angles and stuff like that. He's also supposedly wants to just go full-time broadcaster when his in-ring career is done. And he's already done that in AEW a lot. They've had him on as a broadcaster, like they're doing with Danielson now. So I think Jericho, I'd like to see him stay. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've got attached to him being there, but I don't think if he jumps to WWE, I don't think it's like this world-breaking. I think it earth-shattering stuff. I think it would be more earth-shattering if, say, like the Elite, when they were free agents, if they jumped to WWE. And listen, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but the Elite were offered probably the best wrestling contracts in history, not in terms of just money, but in terms of being able to, if they signed with WWE, they would have, WWE, this is when Vince was there, offered them a contract where they could have opted out after 6 months if they weren't happy with the way that things were going in WWE, and they turned it down. So, and now the money was good on top of that, but I'm just saying they were offered a 6-month opt-out. That's unheard of, and they turned that down. This was the first time. This is when they first, I think, signed with AEW, not the last contract where they re-signed. So they wanted the Elite really bad. So of course Cody went on his own, but I'm saying they wanted Omega, they wanted the Bucks, Hangman Page, they wanted these guys, and they all turned it down. And then they turned it down a second time. They didn't go there. So I think it would be more earth-shattering if one of those guys left compared to if Jericho goes at this stage of his career. But either way, I mean, I think if Jericho goes back, good for him, man. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about Chris. Chris is one of the best. He's great. So I mean, whatever he does, good for him.
Well, like always, Shane, it was good to have you on without your shirt, and thanks for that little piece of information that you gave us. And I'm with you. You the AEW man, you know everything. So
Wrestle Dream.
let's pin you down.
Can he talk about that for a second? Since we want to know what's going on, what did you think about Wrestle Dream last night?
I thought it was good, man. I think it was. Well, look. Then you have people that are going to come out and they're hating on the main event because of how graphic it got certain times in the match, like when Moxley was drowning Darby in the big tank of water at the end of the match. Sarah Stock
in the aquarium.
The aquarium, yeah. Sarah Stock came out. She used to be with AEW, and she came out and she bashed it. Like, kids are watching this. They'll go and they can do the same thing and all this stuff. Listen, kids are watching much worse. They're watching gory movies where people are getting killed. They're playing video games where you can kill other people. I mean, I get it, but
I've been watching movies lately, and I've been trying that stuff, and I've hurt my back. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's TV 14, right? I mean, it's like, so that rating is on there. Yeah, that rating is on there for a reason. So that's saying it's not for little kids. And that's another thing that halts their ratings because, it's not for the kids. So the kids are going to go.
Well, that's great. That's great. But I'm glad you led to that because I wanted to tell you, didn't Sting show up?
Yes, he did. He showed up in the main event. Yeah.
So, how was the crowd? How did the crowd sound?
Yeah, they're I think AEW always puts on great pay-per-views. I mean, I'm not gonna say they put great every show.
I'm talking about when Sting showed up. Did it?
That was the pop.
Yeah, it's always a big pop for Sting, bro. They love Sting, and the whole new the silverish, he says more gray, but the silver gray color of his hair combined with the facial hair. And I was telling a buddy of mine, I said, when he came with the darker hair, I said, man, he needs to change his hair color. And of course, I wanted to see it go back to the surfer blonde. He's like, nah, man, he can't do that. But I think he should have buzzed his head, instead of have the hair long.
All right, Shane, it's time for you to get the hell out of here. You going too far with a buzz saw. Thanks for coming on, Shane.
Sting loves me, bro.
Somebody call my mama.
Call my mama.
All right, guys.
See, Shane take things a little too far. He's a huge AEW fan. He hates WWE for some reason. But he
all but talked about what daggone blue jeans daggone Sting should have. I think he should have wore Rock and Roll Revival jeans more so than
bro. Can you be serious? If you're gonna talk wrestling on the show, can you be serious?
I can be serious, but you're not serious when you're thinking that John Cena would ever leave the umbrella of the WWE, who made him who he is, and has been loyal to the 17 time champion of the world that broke all the records.
That subject is old. What I want to ask you about, if you notice this, have you noticed that most of the wrestlers, a lot of the wrestlers have gone back to the intro music that they had before they switch?
You think somebody is paying the licensing fees now for them?
I think they're getting paid something for this music. I think the company got a music company now, because back in the day in WCW, James Brown made my music. That James Brown voice. Mm-hmm. But when James Brown, you couldn't pay James Brown to make up a song. He didn't have time for me. We had Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart was that guy who would take your song and make your music for you. You're right, Jimmy Hart music, but he was getting paid for the music right. He probably owned all the right to a lot of the music back then. Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, absolutely. He was instrumental in all those big hits that we all remember and stuff. I mean,
you'll never forget it.
But then you've got people like CM Punk that uses Cult of Personality. You've got other people that use whatever AC/DC song or whatever.
But either way,
you got to get the licensing from it.
Yeah, either way, you got to pay for that. Like NWO, that was Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah,
I remember them. I remember them talking about just how much money they had to pay to play. Dun, 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 dun. Man, they said they had to pay a lot of money every time they used that song.
Yeah, Voodoo Child. That was the name of that
song. So when, especially if they played the whole song.
Yeah, and then that was Hogan's theme song, Voodoo Child. When he was Hollywood Hulk Hogan. When he was the other one, he was American.
So with that, how important do you think it is for the music to represent the wrestler?
I'm telling you, when I am Iron Man, when the Road Warriors come out to that,
oh yeah,
I mean, that was just, when you heard that first, you knew it was coming. You knew when he said Iron Man.
Man, listen, some of them
when they hit the ring, somebody's ass was getting whooped.
I'm gonna tell you the best intro that I have along the intro music that carried the tag team wrestler to me, the one that did it the most and did better than ever to me, was that Stevie Ray Harlem Heat. Man, oh my goodness. Bro, listen, I had, hold on, Ray. Ray, can we finish?
Yeah, but I'm just like, when I get in there, I'm in there.
Listen, go ahead. Ray, when I came out there, I had did a whole bunch of matches. I had been in the business about 2 years. This was my first tag team match with Glacier, and we were going to wrestle Harlem Heat. And this is my first time being out there in the crowd, in the ring with these guys. But when that music hit, the crowd stood up and went crazy. Dun 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 dun. My brother, when that music hit, the crowd had it just energized the whole situation.
And the whole show. The fire.
Man, no, just that music, man. I mean, these guys out there went crazy over the music. So I think the music really make a difference in who they trying to get over, who they trying to work with. So I think WWE is trying to come up with something where they going back to old music. Maybe they got something going on. We don't know, but they're going back to some of the music.
I like it. What else you got? What you got on that format? What else you got on that format?
What do you mean?
I mean, since we format and we can't talk about certain things till you get around to wanting to talk.
No, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's just when we on subject, let's stay on subject.
All right. Well,
don't hop all over the place.
Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the music? Are you satisfied with the music section of the show, or do you want to continue to talk about what was your favorite? What you said your favorite entrance was Harlem Heat. I'm telling you, for me, it was Iron Man for the Road Warriors. Now, is your singles wrestler, who was your favorite entrance?
Of course. Somebody call my mama.
My goodness. So you would call you go mark out for yourself.
Bro, that was James Brown. That was everybody liked my music. Even Sting. Sting said, "Cat, I hear your music and I'm singing it all the time.
Hit my
Somebody
music.
Call my mama. Somebody call my mama. Yeah, it was that was pretty good too.
You know, it's good when they give it to two other wrestlers in the company. They give that theme song to Tyrus, and somebody else got that theme song too for a hot minute. I'm like, why are they giving Ernest the Cat Miller's song away?
Because I made the music. The music didn't make me.
That's true.
Man, listen, a few things before we get off of here.
Stone Cold was mine, by the way, for a single.
You always you kids ass like that a lot for Stone Cold. But let me ask you something.
You're damn right.
Let me ask you this right here.
What?
Seth Rollins, do you think he's really hurt, or is this just part of the gimmick?
I'll know more after tonight when I watch Raw, but everything is leaning towards he separated his shoulder and maybe tore his labrum and may be out 6 months.
Man, but it seemed like he faked this injury a whole bunch of time.
Well, he faked that knee injury and got us. So, and but this one, the way that his whole entourage turned on him last week, beat him into the ring, and something's up. They pushed that way too quick. That button got hit way too fast.
They pushing everything too. What about Sami Zayn? He just won the U.S. title. Why did they take it from him so fast?
Sammy's the one who said, please allow this guy that's returning, who was on a roll when he got hurt. This guy, Dragon, whatever his name is, out of Moscow, Russia. This dude was the real deal, and they were pushing him to the moon, and he got hurt. So Ilya Dragunov, that's his name. So when he comes back, Sammy says, allow him to beat me. Just shock value, just alone, first match back, and wins the U.S. belt. Puts instant credibility on him.
That don't tell the story, Big Ray.
But that's what Sammy politic for.
Listen. You reading on the internet. Let me tell you from behind the curtains. I can't go to somebody, the writers, and say, hey, let me lose the belt to this person. You don't have that kind of control. Hulk Hogan wanted to lose the belt to somebody else, and they told him, no, not yet.
That was to you.
Yeah, he had all the control. He had total control of what he did. But the storylines just sometimes just don't feed it right if it's too soon or if it's too far. Hey, bro, don't advertise that on here, bro.
What? It's America's podcast, and I was talking about America's team for a hot minute. Number one offense in the league.
So with Seth Rollins pulling, I mean, he pulled from the show. He had to vacate the title.
We don't know yet. Wait a minute. We don't know all that yet.
Yeah, it's already known, baby. It's already known. He's not going to be around. So that's why we're asking you if this is a work. If he's
relinquishing the belt, then you know it's true.
Yeah, well, he had to give it up.
Well, nobody knows that yet. It's about to start in like 2 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna tell everybody. Seth Rollins giving the belt up. He gonna release the title. I don't know about tonight, but he pulled from the show. He's not supposed to be on the show.
The number one contender, or they gonna have another bout to find out who's gonna face him to see who wins the belt?
It's interesting that you brought that up. Let's see how they tell the story. Let's see what they use an AI and they bringing in a director. They trying to really create some good storylines.
Yeah, I think they should do a battle royal or something.
I think Triple H is bringing in all these people and stuff like this and directors. I heard they bringing in a director to create the storylines. I hear they using AI to get storylines from. But the thing is this right here, they just need to bring in new people. They need to rotate that crew of creator, whoever create the story. They need to rotate that crew instead of having the same bunch of guys in there.
What do you think about them pushing Braun Breaker so hard? They're going to be pushing him to the moon now that Seth's done for 6 months.
I mean, he's ready for it. He's ready for it.
I really do.
He's ready for it. So let's do that, man. But before we leave here today, I want to thank everybody that listened to us today. All this, listen, tell your friend. We need more subscribers. We're doing great. You guys are really picking us up, man. You guys are carrying us. I mean, the donations we getting. Listen, we are moving
getting donations, and I don't know about it, man.
Yeah, we're getting donations. Listen, you guys are really supporting us. So now what we're doing now, we can go and get something. I did my first live show. It went well. 100 people showed up for the Cat's Corner live show. That we're gonna be doing more and more in different cities.
Whoa.
Hold up, bro. Let me finish.
Miller show. Don't get these people crossed up. It was not the Cat's Corner. It was the Ernest Miller show.
Well, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna be coming to your town. And I'm going to bring some of my friends. I'm going to bring some of these top wrestlers. We're going to bring them out, baby. Let you sit there. I want to, one thing I like, Big Ray, when you get to do it live, you get to front somebody who looking you right in the eyes. If they got a question for you, they can ask you in a way and anyhow they want to. So I really, really enjoyed that 101 with the fans. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Where was your first
often.
show at? Where were you? Where were you?
At a location, at a location here in Atlanta, the iHeart Studio.
Oh, okay.
So we working on that. We getting that live. But you know what? I'm untouchable. Nobody can touch me. And I'm gonna tell you why. The only person that is more what they call it Teflon than I am is Vince McMahon. Boy, Vince got off again, didn't he?
Man, that just tells you, man, if you got a little money, you can run over somebody.
I mean, did you know anything about that case? You know anything about that?
I heard he got acquitted. Charges were dropped.
Yeah, but tell him what though, Big Ray. What happened? What do you know?
I think he was involved in a car accident. He hit somebody in his car. Yeah. A year ago, I think. It's taken this long to get it adjudicated. But hey, good
Vince
for him.
McMahon, man, listen, I wish I had Vince McMahon to stand in that ring again and say, hey, man, you can't touch me. I beat the government.
I beat the government.
I can't wait to see Vince McMahon come back to that ring one more time.
Maybe that would pop the crowd. What if he showed up on AEW?
Listen, that'll be on think about this. That would be on every network around.
It would not surprise me in the least if he met with Shad and Tony Khan and pulled off some kind of deal where he bought half of it, and then and then there was a power struggle. Oh,
he don't need to buy anything. If he wanted to start something, he started himself. But anyway, Big Ray, I want to thank you guys for watching us, man. It was a good show. Good show. Man. Next Tuesday, we're gonna be live next Tuesday, Big Ray. Tuesday night, 6:45.
Right now.
We gonna bring Big Ben Bishop. Man, this guy right here should be in there. This guy's 7 foot tall.
And funny,
charismatic, nice.
Very much so. Double B.
So we try to get him in next Tuesday at 6:45. So if you guys ain't doing anything, come on, listen.
Learn a little bit about Ben Bishop. 7 feet of funny.
And Big Ray, we got to start having these fans to call in, to text in, and to let us know that they listen. Sure. Don't be afraid.
We won't bite you. Right. Cat might scratch you, but I ain't gonna bite you.
All right. Big Ray, I'm out of here.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the Cat's Corner podcast. We'll see you next week.